きの時だ。世界を裂くは我が大利権。けよ沼エリス。
This is Raiga-sama, and today I'm going to be reviewing Figma number 300, Archer, or better known as Gilgamesh from the mobile game Fate Grand Order, which happens to be basically the thing I'm addicted to right now. So, Figma number 300 was released earlier this year at a base price of around $100, something like that. And I bought it like a week ago off of Tokyo Otaku Mode with a few coupons for about $72. So, let's get into the review. This is the figure out of the box, and as you can see, the armor is painted with a nice matte yet also shiny finish, which is the standard for Max Factory's Figma series. The paintwork is very, very well done with the lines in perfect shape. I don't see any smudges, really. Okay, there is a few mold lines. As seen here is the gauntlet. Yeah, there's a few mold lines, but from what I see, no paint smudges. So, of course, the paintwork was done amazingly on this figure. Now, this figure stands about 5-6 inches tall, which is normal for the Figma series. And let me compare it. Here's Gil next to Nundoroid Shiro Emiya. Here's him next to PlayArt's Kai Squall. Very, very large. Okay. And next to Archer Link Amiibo. So as you can see, he's of average size. And what's in the box? Well, in the upper packaging, we have the figure itself, the faces, Ea, his crossed arms, his chains of heaven, his alternate upper body representing his third ascension, a bunch of hands and extra pegs in a Figma bag, and that's it for what's in the box. So let's check out posability. You know what we've been all waiting for. And the main figure itself, his head has a swivel! I mean, this is a copied joke, sorry. His head is at a ball joint, which means it can move like that. His neck can move back and forth. His pauldrons can move like that. And they also have some articulation in the upper part of the pauldron. Like that. You can also move them like that and that. Some butterfly movements. You can move his gauntlets and etc. And his hands have a swivel and can move up and down. For his lower half, all of these parts on the cape area can be moved and are on ball joints. The cape itself can move, and this part can also articulate with that. And his knees can move, and his legs can move up that far and back that far, and his knees bend like that, which is nice. His foot has a swivel, an up and down movement, and a movement at the toe, which is pretty loose, by the way. For his alternate body, his neck can also move up and down and can swivel. These arms move up and down like that and swivel. These are just normal ball joints, and the hands can swivel. There's also torso movement like on the main figure, which I forgot to point out. And if you want to change parts, you can just remove this and this piece, which I always seem to forget exists, and then grab the other part and snap it on. And that's really it. Expressions, we have a screaming expression, like a battle cry, or maybe like avenging Enkidu cry. We have a grinning face, and a scowling looking to the side face. If you want to, you can wrap around his heaven's chains around his body like that, like so. You can attach Ia by detaching this part of the handle, sticking it into one of his open hands, like so, and then putting it back in, switching out his hand, and switching Ia in. Ia, of course, his sword of rupture is actually pretty heavy, and most of the time the figure's hands will, like, swoop down and stuff. It's pretty heavy, just saying. His armor's on, you can also change out his arms, like so. This took me a while. The first time I did it, I totally just, like, ripped out everything, and I had to put the pauldrons back on, and that was very aggravating, so I'll just skip like so. Do keep in mind that some of the parts, namely this thing, are sharp. Like, very sharp. Like, this thing hurt like crap. Overall, I really like this figure, and I really love the expressions on him. They're very... Gilgamesh seems to be, like, a very expressive character. And now I'll just cut to some photos. Overall, this figure is freaking awesome. And like I said, you can buy this figure at Tokyo Otaku Mode. I'll leave a link in the description. But the real question is, do you have enough money? I mean swords, King of Heroes. Yeah, that was Raiga-sama. Thanks for watching. Yes, I am still salty that we have no Lancer figures.